I'm cutting this out. I don't want to give this away. Hey everyone, Aaron here with a fresh new gig log. I got a double wedding weekend and lots to talk about today. I want to move on right to my Saturday wedding. This is where most of the things happened that I wanted to talk about today. And one of them was that I have decided, for me personally, that I will no longer do these long ass drives to weddings. I had a 4-hour drive on Saturday. It was one of those things where the drive was distracting me. You know, not when I got there, whatever it is, oh yeah, shit, I gotta tell you guys. I gotta tell you what I did. I definitely pulled a ask for forgiveness rather than permission when I got there. So I didn't get any footage, but once I got there, it was kind of like a ski lodge kind of a deal, because the ceremony was outside, which was beautiful, right on the beach. It was beautiful. It was also freezing cold, but we're out on the beach, and they were getting married on the second floor. And when I first arrived, I walk in, I'm like, hey, I'm the DJ, you know, where's my room? And somebody, I think this guy ran the parking lot or whatever. He's like, yeah, I'll show you, dude. So we're going up these narrow stairs, two sets of stairs, and then a really long hallway, right? And then a left, and then down another hallway, and there was my room. And the whole time I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this. What am I gonna do? And I was like, is there an elevator here? And he goes, no, sorry, man. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. He's like, I know, it sucks. So we get to my little room, and I'm looking around. I'm like, okay. And as we walk out the door, I look to my left, and there's an outside door right there. And I go, what's that? And he goes, oh yeah, that's like, we have a hill that, you know, from the main road. You can drive down there and people unload there. I'm like, well, let me in. He's like, well, we chained it off because of the cold weather. Cold weather? What does that even mean? He's like, well, sometimes it snows. I'm like, there ain't no snow. Let's unchain this thing. He goes, well, let's check. So we go outside, and he runs up and he looks, and it's not locked. So he's like, okay, you can do this. I'm like, perfect. So he shows me how to undo the chain. There's like this long chain that's connected to two poles. I do one, drop it, drive over it, go down the hill. I can load right into my spot. It's perfect. So I'm walking downstairs to go get to my car, and the venue manager comes up to me. He's like, hey, you're the DJ, right? I was like, yeah. He goes, all right, let me show you where you can load in. And I was like, okay. In my head, I'm like, I gotta decide whether or not I'm gonna tell this guy my plan. I'm gonna feel this out, because he seemed like a very type A, follow the rules kind of guy. So we go outside, and he shows me this, like, he goes, well, you can go in through the building, up and all around. I was like, I've done that. He goes, or we've got this other huge staircase. And I'm not lying, guys. There were like 40 steps. And it was like a 90-degree incline, just straight up. He goes, yeah, you just walk up those stairs, make a right, and then take it and then your room's right there. I was like, right. He goes, so where are you going to load in? And I'm like, well, I could tell this guy, hey, your other worker who doesn't give a shit about his job, obviously, or any of this, told me I could load in from the back. And then this guy could be like, no. Oh, he mentioned it. He goes, we have another way of getting in, but we've chained it off due to the cold weather. He's like, obviously there's no snow here today. And I was waiting for him to finish that sentence. Right, so we could go unlock the chain so I can load in, but he didn't say that. So he was really like, that's not an option. Okay, so he doesn't want me to load in that way. All right, well, I've got my three options here, right? I've got the load in through the hotel, which is a nightmare. Not doing that. I've got the load in this guy's prefers, which is this 40 steps up to the left. Or I do what they originally told me I could do and just kind of fucking do it. I think this guy was nervous that I knew about this, because he was really like, so where are you going to be? Where are you going to unload? And I was like, well, I was trying to like lie without lying, you know, like say enough information. Because in my head, I was already like, fuck this guy. I'm going around and doing the other load in. This is crazy. He's kind of like, so where are you going to load in? I'm like, well, I'm going to pull my car here. That's kind of like all I said, which was true. I pulled it there for a second, and then I backed it up, and then I drove up to that other end, to that other way. So I waited till he cleared out, and I was like, all right, here we go. So I drove back around, and I undid the chain. I pulled in, and of course, some worker comes like holding towels, walks by, just staring at me as I'm backing in. And I was like, this guy's gonna run downstairs and tell Jeff that that some random guy's loading in the back. So when he comes back around, I go, hey, just, I'm the DJ, I'm loading in, and everything's cool, no worries. He's like, oh, okay, man, no worries. I'm like, okay, great. So he didn't say anything, so I loaded it. It was so easy. One of the main reasons why I was sort of okay with doing this is I knew I am never, ever coming back to this venue. And it had nothing to do with the fact that it was that way or anything to do with the venue. It was everything to do with it being a 4-hour drive. And I had already decided from here on out, it is decided that I am not doing these long drives anymore to weddings. I kept my car parked there too. I didn't even I thought, oh, I should move my car and, just get away with the evidence. Because what if Jeff walks up and down and sees my car there? But I thought, fuck it. Whatever. If he comes up to me, it's already done. You know what I mean? I already did it. And normally, if I was at a new venue or one of my venues I always work at, I would have asked them, hey, just let me unload here. Or done what they said, because I want to build a good relationship. And not that I didn't want to build a relationship, but again, I knew, I'm not coming back to this bullshit, so, fuck it. One of the things that was cool about this couple from Saturday was, as she wrote her review, the Google review, she reminded me that we met at a wedding fair, and actually, they didn't want to even have a DJ. When that came to mind, I thought, let me share with you guys a couple of my wedding fair secrets. At the wedding fair, my mentality was this. I want to stand out from all the other DJ companies. How do I do that? Most of the ones that are there are the bigger multi-op companies. I'm just a small single-op company. It's just me. What do? I don't go crazy with the gear that I bring. I bring my table and I bring my light, and that's pretty much it in a banner. Because couples they don't give a shit about what you have there. I never seen anybody up and down my equipment go, oh, how many watts is that speaker, Aaron? Nobody knows. Nobody cares, right? I'm selling myself at this thing. So as a couple walks past me, I'll say something like, hey, you guys got your DJ? And if they say yes, I go, all right, awesome, congrats. And off they go. If they say no, I say, all right, come on over here. Sorry, my wife just walked by me naked, and just gonna look at that for a second. Can't just walk up on me naked like that. I know, but I'm trying to be professional here. If they say yes, they come in and we talk. We have a conversation. I don't hand them a bunch of brochures and papers like, let me talk to you about my packages. I don't hand them anything except for my business card at the end of the conversation. I also dress differently than the other DJs. The other DJs at these wedding fairs, they're all wearing suit and ties. And I'm not a suit and tie guy. I don't even wear a suit and tie at my weddings. And so I thought, my first wedding fair, I'm like, I'm not gonna dress up, and that might help me stand apart from other people. And it did. I'll wear a black shirt like this, some jeans, my Chuck Tees, and then I wear my jean jacket. What's great about this, I make a point to say it. I tell them as they're leaving, all right, I'll email you guys, take a look, just watch out for an email from the Jean Jacket DJ, and they always smile or laugh. And it's true, in my leads, when I follow up with them, I say, hey, from the Jean Jacket DJ. And it works. In fact, I'll show you a review that I got from Google from one of my brides earlier this year. She totally mentions the jean jacket. And so it works. So if you're going to do these fairs, think of a way that you can stand out from everybody else. And I don't think it's necessarily price. People don't want to be hit over the head with how cheap you are or what kind of discounts you give. And in fact, I will tell you this. The last wedding fair I did, I gave no discounts. None. People would ask me hey, are you doing a fair discount? And I said, no, these are my prices. And I think the reason is I know what I'm worth. I know what I want to charge. I know what I want to make. I paid to be at this fair. I'm just here collecting leads. I don't need to give any of my shit away for free. And with this couple that I did on Saturday, they were not going to have a DJ. They walked past me and go, no, we're not doing a DJ. And I said, what are you guys going to do? A Spotify list or something? And they're like, yeah. And I just go, okay. Big mistake. And they laughed. And they're like, why? And I'm like, come here, let me tell you why. So they came over. And I told them why they should have a DJ, what we do, the benefits of having a DJ. And they booked me. I got this photo. I'll post it on my Instagram when I get it in a couple weeks. But there's this literally the photographer took a picture of the bride jumping up in the air with the biggest smile on her face during the dance. And I just looked at that picture this is it. This is why I do this job. It's for this moment. I want, at the end of the night, my clients to feel like this. That's what we're doing, guys. It's all about that moment, that joyous feeling that she had of utter happiness on her wedding day. That's on us. That's on us. So we could circle that all the way back to the 4-hour drive, because there were certain details or things or maybe parts of the wedding that can really throw us out of sync, and we can focus on those and we lose sight of what we're actually supposed to do. And, I could have let that drive, make me tired or make me upset that I'd just rather fucking drive, whatever, and do their wedding half-assed, right? And then you don't get that picture of the bride smiling, jumping in the air. The other cool thing at this wedding, he was Persian and had some members of his family who were Persian as well. And they have a tradition that I wanted to share with you that maybe you guys haven't seen before. For cutting the cake, they use a big-ass sword. Downstairs where we had dinner, and then we went upstairs for first dances, and then we were gonna pause that. They were gonna cut their cake, we were gonna have dessert, and then start the dance, which is an unusual timeline for me. Normally, I do the first dances after dessert, and we go right into the dance. And I've run up against this 2 times, where I had to build a dance floor organically. And I wanna tell you something. It is fucking awesome when you get to do this. As people are having dessert, I'm not dropping bangers. I'm just playing music that's getting people nodding their heads, bopping out there, right? We're trying to get a good bop going on. As DJ Rachel says, my dinner bop. But I even want like a more of a bop. I want like a double bop, right? Because I'm trying to get a dance to start. And so I'm playing some music, and it's starting to happen. I hear people singing the songs, they're starting to move, and then I played a song, and then just 2 people just kind of like walked out onto the dance floor and started moving. Before that happened, I started thinking, okay, I have a couple options. I can get on the microphone and go, all right, guys, we're gonna officially start the dance, and I'm gonna do a slow song, and then, do it that way, which it's not cheating, it works. But I really wanted to see if I could get this thing just to go from scratch without saying anything. Just lube them up, drop our pants, and fuck on the dance floor. It started to happen. I was noticing that they 2 people came on, and once I had 4 people on, and they were actually like moving and dancing to the music. That's when I dropped a banger, a dance banger. After that, I pulled the volume up even more. I turned the lights off and packed the dance floor. I had dinner with my photographers at both of these weddings, and both times they started talking about the DJ. And they weren't talking shit. They were just they were saying it's like so refreshing. They were saying to like have a DJ that knows what they're doing. And I was like, oh, I always ask people like, well, what have you seen? Like, what are we doing out there? I want to know what's going on out there. There was like a main complaint that I heard from all the photographers this weekend. And when I do my Zoom calls with my couples, I always ask them, hey, have you guys been to a wedding where the DJ, killed it? Or the DJ killed it? There's a common theme that everybody normally tells me when I ask them for the bad of the DJ, and it's this: he talked too much. And I'm just kind of curious, like, what is that? Like, what does that mean, he talked too much? And I asked him like a follow-up, like, well, what does that mean? They're like, he just never stopped talking on the microphone. Whether it was announcements or during the dance, like telling people to put their hands in the air or talking or just saying shit, just never shut the fuck up. And it bothers people. They don't like it. They don't like this. I'm not a microphone talker. Like when the dance starts, I don't talk. I don't say shit. I let the music do its thing. It won't be towards the end of the night where I gotta make those shitty announcements, like last call and shuttles and that kind of bullshit. Or I'll let people know, hey, we got 20 more minutes left. Everybody jump on the dance floor. Come dance with me the last 3 songs. But this blew my mind. The other photographer, she told me that she was at a wedding where the DJ stopped the dance and started karaoke. And I was like, okay, well maybe the couple, she goes, no, the couple didn't ask for this. Also, the karaoke wasn't for the guests. It was for him. He just started singing. Fly me to the moon. Come on, let's go. I mean, I was like, stop. You gotta be kidding me. She goes, nope, stop the dance. And he just started singing karaoke. This guy did a half-hour set. And he also took no requests from the bride. She told me, yeah, the bride would go up and be like, hey, can you play this? And he would look at her and go, no, I'm not playing that song. To the bride. I was mad. Like, I was like legitimately mad that one, whoever this couple was had to endure this bullshit. Two, that the photographer saw this, and it just knocks us down a couple pegs. Do you know what I mean? It's like, knowing that that's out there just makes all of us look bad. I end up winning over all these photographers without even playing a song, and it's just because I'm not fucking weird. Let's talk about kid dedications. This happened to be on Saturday. Officiant, who was also the sister of the bride, come up to me and go, hey, can you play this song from my daughter? She was like 3 or 4 years old. I get worried about those sometimes. When you have to do these kid dedications, people want you to play a song for the kids or whatever. So what I normally do is this. I try to make the kid the hero in this moment so that people don't clear the dance floor. They'll like stick around to make this kid feel good, especially if the kid is a part of the family or in the wedding party or one of like the ushers or something. So I got on the microphone like, all right guys, it's time for one of our VIPs has made a request. Frankie, who is Molly's daughter. Molly was the officiant. Everyone started cheering. She wants to hear this song, so you guys dance around with her. And then I played it, and it actually went off really well. People stayed on the dance floor even though they didn't know it. They wanted to be there for Frankie, and the mom went crazy. She was holding her daughter, singing every word, like going nuts. Again, this is one of those things where you can like skip over or pass over, be like, fuck this, I'm not doing this. It's gonna kill my vibe, my flow. There's definitely a way that it can do that, right? But that's where your MC skills, I think, have to kick in. And you just let everybody know what's going on. Like I told you guys that a couple weeks ago when they had that really random like Pioneer song I had to play, right? And it worked because I told everybody what was going to happen to them. It wasn't this big surprise. I think if you're able to make the person a hero, and I'm not talking about some random ass guest, fuck them and their terrible request. I'm talking about somebody in the wedding party, a sister, the grandfather, you know, somebody like that. Remember, this is their party. This wasn't like open to the general public and we just let a whole bunch of people in and they're just dancing. These are people that they know each other, they love each other. This is a family. So you can have those personalized moments and they still work if you set them up right. And I say, if you can, make the requester the hero and everybody will stick around and you'll have this like really cool moment. All right, the last thing I'm gonna do today on my YouTube channel page in the community tab, I ran a caption contest. I'll show you guys the picture and I asked you guys, hey, caption this picture and I will announce the winner on my latest video. And here we go. Here's the picture. And the winner is DJ. Can you play something we can dance to? Right? Isn't that how it is? You have a packed dance floor and someone comes up to you and be like, I don't like this song. Can you play something that I like? And I'm like, dude, fuck off. Thanks everybody for watching. It means so much to me. If you like this and you like me, then you know what to do and just do that shit.